Embiid is bro. They was comparing him to Shaq in the last couple of weeks. They was comparing him to Wilt Chamberlain in the last couple of weeks. They was trying to say he's the most skilled big man of all time. When you got those type of expectations and you're a big man and you shot like 42% from the field in the Eastern Conference semis, you shot like 17% from three. This is your MVP season. I'm not looking at you like I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell, who nobody really got expectations for outside of saying he's good. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Ray was saying we got to look at them the same. I don't feel that way, but Ray, you give your spiel.
First off, Donovan Mitchell, was he not MVP level last year? Was he not All NBA level last year? He was All NBA second team. He finished top 6 in MVP. So I mean, this ain't the first year he's getting MVP love. So first off, since we gonna rewind it back to last year. What did Donovan Mitchell do in the regular season that really just got everybody's attention?
He scored 71, 72.
Name me a time in history where, especially a guard on a playoff team, is putting up those scoring numbers and we don't have any type of expectation for those players.
I didn't say we don't have any expectations for them, but we don't have the same expectations for Donovan Mitchell that we have for Joel Embiid.
Let me rephrase that. When is the last time we seen a top shooting guard on a playoff team, and we done seen them have playoff blunder after playoff blunder, and just be like, well, since he's not on this level, I'm not gonna hold him to that stature. We haven't seen that ever.
Well, when Dwayne Wade was getting bounced in the first round.
What happened? What happened? You remember that once argument about? Hold on. You remember when he won that finals in his third year in the league or his second year in the league? It was third.
Third.
You remember how people start trying to make those comparisons between him and Kobe? They vanished. That's why they went away. We don't talk about you no more because guess what? We're starting to lose hope in you.
But that's
what happened with Donovan Mitchell. The reason why they didn't get the reason why you don't hear as many people talk about him in high regard is because we forgot about you. What have you done for me lately?
But
it wasn't like your numbers were just so outstanding in the regular season for us to just keep like, oh man, we gotta keep talking about you.
But Ray, it's not that. It's not that. You was trying to. So Donovan Mitchell, his criticism should be on the same level as Joel Embiid. We had the same expectations.
Why not?
If you a star in the league, what's the difference?
Hell no.
Dang, bro, for real.
Okay, I got it. I got you. What's the difference? Joel Embiid is looked at as an all-time great level talent. We don't look at Donovan Mitchell as an all-time great level talent. First of all, Joel Embiid has been on better teams than Donovan Mitchell damn near every year of his career. Right or wrong, true or false.
Why do we look at Joel Embiid as an all-time great since he didn't do anything in the playoffs? Huh? If that's your argument.
Potential. He's got multiple scoring titles. He got an MVP.
And that's where you lost me. I don't go based off potential. I go based off what you actually showed me.
He got scoring titles. He got an MVP.
What does that have to do with the playoffs? Playoffs is where all-time greats made.
I was just told scoring titles don't really matter that much.
So hold on a second. Hold on.
Joel Embiid. Hold on.
Based on your logic, based on what you just said, a guy that you hate out of Russell Westbrook is all-time great. Mm-hmm. He's in that argument, right? He got MVP. He got scoring titles.
You better argue it.
And what do I say about him?
So Kevin
Durant. No, hold on. Nah, nigga. What do I say? What do I say about Russell Westbrook because he's in that category? What I say about him in his playoffs?
You trash. You can't say nothing else other than that.
I'm saying I've never heard you call Westbrook all-time great though. But you sitting here calling Embiid one. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I never called.
He got the same thing. Actually, Westbrook got way more.
Yeah, exactly.
We got expectations. Y'all are proving my point.
No,
Donovan Mitchell have on that level to where we can criticize him like that? What does he have on that level?
So
I compare Donovan Mitchell to how we look at
criticize him at all.
I compare it to how we look at a Damian Lillard, bro. Damian Lillard is a
Damian
good
Lillard was getting
all-star. He's a top
criticized, and
five.
was he not getting to West? Did he not get to a Western Conference Finals with
He
a
got to
team that
one
didn't have
Western
much?
Conference Finals, bro.
And
He got to the second round one time.
Who was on that team? Who was on that team with him?
Oh my god, that's my argument for Donovan Mitchell, bro. Donovan
Dame
Mitchell
can do it, but I don't
my
think so. Dame can get to a
He
Western
got
Conference
to
Finals.
one. He got to one. So y'all hanging y'all head off this one Western Conference Finals. Other than that,
how many?
Donovan Mitchell hasn't done it.
26. Y'all is not understanding, bro.
Well, how old was
Y'all
Dame when he got
can't
to that Western Conference
criticize.
Finals?
Oh
Luka's
my
24.
god, you not listening.
Luka's 24 and he's been there.
So does Dame get the same criticism as Russell Westbrook?
Finals.
Oh my god. Why does Russell Westbrook get criticized more than Dame?
Westbrook do get criticized more than Dame. What are you talking about?
I know why. Why?
Because he's a better player than Dame.
So why should Embiid get criticized more than Donovan Mitchell? Y'all act like this is rocket science. Donovan Mitchell is not on Joel Embiid's level based on Joel Embiid's play in the regular season. Joel Embiid and Donovan Mitchell are on the same level because they're playoff play.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is a multiple time scoring. He got multiple scoring titles. He'll probably have 3 scoring titles. If he would be able to be eligible for it this year, he had 3 scoring titles and 2 MVPs. Y'all comparing him to Donovan Mitchell, holding him to the same standards as Donovan Mitchell?
Okay, okay, Donovan Mitchell. I can hold him to the same standard. How about Trae Young? Give me Trae Young. He still hasn't done it. Trae Young has done it. Trae Young has gotten to the conference finals. Luka's gotten to the conference finals. All these other guys have been getting to conference finals. Are they not in the same? They don't have no accolades. They don't have no MVPs. They've gotten to the conference finals. They're young.
You're right. They've all gotten to one conference finals. And what happened to Luka? Didn't make the playoffs. What happened to Trae Young? Got bounced in the first round.
But he
saying
he still put up way better numbers than Donovan Mitchell.
So Luka got to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. Trae got to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years ago. So that is going to keep them from getting criticized because they got to a conference finals when Donovan Mitchell's never. What team has Donovan Mitchell been on there? He should have been to a conference finals or a finals.
Luka shouldn't have been in one.
Luka shouldn't have been in one.
Had no team that should have been in one.
Okay,
hey, that is not the argument you think it is.
Okay,
Trae Young had a team. We didn't even have Trae Young get to the past what's called Knicks the first year.
I don't see why.
You saying that now because they won, but I'm talking about if we go back to that year, game 1, people was like, "Oh man, the Knicks about to go on and handle them."
So, yeah. When I'm saying Joel Embiid's been on better teams than Donovan Mitchell, is that true or false? I'm just asking. I'm real life just asking.
I thought you said they weren't on the same.
No, I'm asking. Who's been on better teams with more expectations just from a team perspective?
You would say NBA had better teams?
Who's a better player just as an individual player?
Embiid.
Who's just been more disappointing in general as an individual player in the playoffs?
I mean, the fact that he ain't got past the second round, I don't care how good he's played. People gonna automatically say Embiid. Even if the numbers were there, you not getting past the second round.
I'm not arguing that Donovan Mitchell shouldn't get criticized for him being a playoff failure, but I'm saying it's not on the same level as Embiid. Embiid is a different caliber player.
It didn't have to be on the same level. I can still categorize them as the same kind of playoff failure.
I don't
care what you do in the regular season.
Has been a
I don't care. I don't care.
Chris, you do realize this nigga Embiid has had more on his teams over the years until all these MVP candidate years that he had. We can say what we want to about Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons was an all-star level player.
Not in the playoffs.
Your candidate. But this is what I'm saying. Embiid wasn't playing good either. All the times you point to Ben Simmons, go look at Embiid numbers. He was right along with him being sorry.
All the times you point to Darius Garland, you can look at Donovan Mitchell playing sorry as well.
So hold on a second. DJ, you had Cleveland beating the Knicks last year, right?
I did.
First round.
And I was wrong. I was wrong.
hold on a second, because they both had solid teams last
They
year.
was the 4 and 5 seed.
Solid teams.
Yeah.
Middle of the
4
pack.
and 5. Those are even matchups. Y'all know 4 and 5 matchups are even, right?
You said who did you say was the better player between Mitchell and Brunson earlier today? Who did you say you always said was better?
I said Mitchell was until Brunson proved that Brunson was, and Brunson's backing it up. We got a 3-year sample size
When did Brunson
being
prove this?
After last year, after beating Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. Hold on a second.
What do y'all think I got Donovan Mitchell
second.
ranked as a player?
Hold on. I'm getting somewhere with this. So the year before, Mitchell was the definite better player, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Who outperformed who?
Brunson.
Okay.
Brunson outperformed Mitchell.
You once said that Donovan Mitchell was an all-time level playoff performer.
That was until he had 2 straight stinkers in a row.
Okay, so name me another person in NBA history as all-time level.
Not an all-time. I'm talking about. Oh my! In terms of
hold on. Just based on I don't gotta be all-time, but just name me in recent history anybody that's an all-time level and they shoot under 45% for their playoff career.
Goddamn NBA history shit.
Name me anybody that you know of recent that is considered great in the playoffs and they shoot under 45%.
We finna do that because if we get to looking at Kobe and how he shot in the playoffs, he had plenty of moments.
Kobe won doesn't count.
Kobe playoff percentage is actually higher than his season percentages.
His season percentages aren't that good. His season percentages aren't that good.
Kobe won. It does not count. Donovan Mitchell hasn't won.
Okay. What team Donovan Mitchell been on?
First of all, you picked the worst person to start off with. You should have at least started. You should have started with Vince Carter or T-Mac. Start off with somebody who is struggling to get past certain rounds.
You said no. You talking about 45%? Like, no. You're not gonna do that.
You comparing somebody who played in the slowest pace ever.
Okay,
somebody who's playing the most.
Say dog. What team is Donovan Mitchell supposed to make a Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals run with? What team? Name the team.
Was Luka supposed to make a Western Conference Finals with?
I'm not okay. They overperformed.
Okay, then. How come he can't overperform? How come he can't overperform? How come he can't rise in the playoffs?
He did, bro.
Before
they lost to Dallas with Utah.
I don't like this comparing other players to players shit. Like, nigga, hey, we just asking what did Donovan have? Donovan and Luka are 2 different players. I don't like this comparison shit. Like, we got to stop this comparison shit at some point. Like, yeah, they was both.
So you put Luka on that Cleveland team, boy. That Cleveland team of the championship team. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all trying to
because Luka is a different player.
Soften the blow. No, Luka on that team.
I'm not trying to soften the blow.
Like we got Donovan Mitchell top 5. Y'all naming top 5 players and comparing them to a top 20 player.
Okay, so hold on,
Chris. Hold on. Because this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. When I'm talking about comparing players, so why we got to be careful with this shit. The only thing that I'm saying is that Donovan and Luka are 2 different niggas. I am not going to ask Donovan to do what Luka does. I'm not going to ask Luka to do what Donovan does. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Luka could probably do a lot more with that Cleveland team. Luka is a true point guard, a pillar that can get other niggas going. I am never going to ask that nigga Donovan to do that. That's the only reason why I say we got to be careful when we start comparing some of these niggas. Are they both number 1 options? Yes. Donovan was a number 1 option on a team. He underperformed. That's fine. Luka was a number 1 option. He got his niggas to a Western Conference Finals. That is also okay. But what I don't like is like, oh, well, Luka got that's fine. They 2 different niggas. They got 2 different they got 2 different skill sets. That's all I'm saying. We got to be careful when we start comparing these niggas. Now, if you would have compared goddamn me Donovan to a nigga like De'Aaron Fox or somebody like that, 2 niggas that I'm just expecting to score, I ain't expecting them to do no shit that Luke was doing, I'd be okay with that. But we just got to be we just can't just be comparing niggas to people just because they number one options. They two different niggas. I'm not disagreeing that Luka would have got that Cleveland team further. Shit, maybe even that Jazz team. If you got a nigga like Rudy, just gonna sit there and catch a lot for me, y'all goddamn game.
He don't even catch.
When has De'Aaron Fox been considered the top at his position?
He's a number one option on his team. No, that's all I'm saying.
The
I'm not
shooting
saying
guard
top.
position is weak.
I'm talking
if
about
Fox
number
was a
one
shooting guard,
options.
he would be damn near considered the best shooting guard, bro.
Okay, so since the shooting guard is weak, then we can go easy on Donovan Mitchell, and he can.
I'm not saying. Oh wow! Listen.
Two things can be true.
The argument.
Two things can be true.
Is you
Embiid and Donovan have both underachieved as the number one options on their respective teams. Nobody in their right mind is putting Donovan Mitchell and Joel Embiid in the same conversation when we're talking about number one options. There is levels to this shit. Why are we acting like this shit is so hard to understand?
Come on, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. We're saying Look,
Chris. The argument is why should Embiid and Donovan Mitchell have the same playoff expectations? Me and Chris are saying that shouldn't be the case because Embiid should be looked at on a different level. The only reason why we don't look at Joel Embiid like a Shaq level player is because he doesn't do it in the playoffs. But if you're looking at his regular seasons, you can compare him to Wills. You can compare him to Shaq, the greatest bigs of all time, regular season wise. He doesn't get those comparisons because of the playoff shit. Donovan Mitchell, regular season wise or playoff wise, we don't compare him to the greatest shooting guards of all time. We don't compare him to all-time greats. So why should he be looked at like we looked at Joel Embiid? I thought that don't make sense. You could argue he's not as good as I once thought he was, and you could say all this and that. But the argument is Joel Embiid, who's got proven scoring titles, proven MVP, should have got another MVP and another scoring title if he was being healthy this year. They shouldn't have the same expectations. It don't make sense.
This is just the problem here. Me and Chris are arguing two totally different things than what you and Chris are saying. Yeah. We are saying that we don't believe in either one of them until they prove us otherwise. I don't care about what level they on. I'm just saying I don't trust in either one of them come playoff time. That's all I'm saying. All that other stuff that sound good. Yeah, Embiid is more high regards. Okay, cool.
But I'm saying it's not even fair because Donovan Mitchell hasn't even had the teams that Joel Embiid has
get out the first round. I don't trust him. Get out of the first round. That's it.
It's been a while. Yeah, he has gotten.
It's been a while. I don't trust him anymore to get out of the first round.
I want to know these good teams. And you could say, y'all can talk shit about Donovan all you want.
Last year he
had a good enough team to get out of the first round.
Okay.
And you seen how he looked in his. That was.
What did Jared Allen say? What did this nigga was this nigga Chris? I'm pointing at little Chris. Where's it at? He was bringing up Evan Mobley stats that he was averaging 9 points a game. Like, what is we doing here, bro? The whole team played bad. I get Donovan Mitchell. It's hard to play good when there's no space and nobody making no shots.
Who we always say it start with, though? Who do we always say it start with?
It start with the best player, bro. You're not wrong. But I'm saying that team wasn't gonna win no goddamn championship. Wasn't gonna make no conference finals run. We wasn't expecting that. When he was in Utah, they overperformed, got the number one seed, and we still didn't expect them.
Look how we boosted Jalen Brunson just because even though his team was looking bad in that Heat series, he was still bringing his A game though. And look what it boosted him to. Sometimes it's not about you get past certain rounds. Sometimes it's just about how you go out. Do you go out swinging or you curl up in the ball on the ground? And that Donovan Mitchell on the ground curled up. Please stop hitting me. Please. That's Donovan Mitchell.
The Knicks defense was good. The Cavs defense was good. Julius Randle played bad. Jalen Brunson played bad. Donovan Mitchell played bad. Darius Garland played bad. If you really go look at all those dudes' numbers, they all play bad. The only person that really consistently played good was RJ Barrett, who y'all think is shitty. So I don't know what to tell y'all about this series. Everybody played bad. It was a great defensive series. Well, so if you just going strictly off numbers,
based on that, I trust RJ Barrett more than I trust Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, well, damn. That's you.
I'm just saying, just like I don't trust Embiid to consistently meet expectations or exceed, I do not trust Donovan Mitchell to consistently meet or exceed expectations.
That's what I'm saying. What's the Donovan Mitchell expectations? What have y'all expectations been for Donovan Mitchell?
Get out the freaking first round.
He has.
All right, you keep holding on to Paul George and Westbrook getting out that great.
His rookie year, Donovan Mitchell, who was a 14th pick, he's been averaging 20 points since he came into the league.
No, DJ. He came in his first year averaging 20 points a game, almost 21 points a game. Stop saying that he was a 14 pick and all that other stuff. I don't care about none of that. He showed us otherwise once he got to the league. Okay, I belong here.
And now he's shitty. Even though he's never been on the team that you ever even in your life picked to make to a conference finals.
I'm not talking about the conference finals.
His shooting numbers go down come playoff time. That's a fact.
Okay.
He was averaging 28 points on 23 shots a game. Come on now. That's terrible. Why you taking that many shots and you ain't averaging at least 35? You gonna take that many shots? You only average.
Who'd have had better playoff moments? Donovan Mitchell or Joel Embiid? Y'all this fucking cat.
Mitchell.
Has Embiid ever lost in the first round?
I'm pretty sure he has.
Y'all finna praise Donovan Mitchell.
I'm not saying
getting out the first round.
I'm asking that. I really want. I can't remember if he did.
What's Embiid's most memorable moment in the playoffs?
Crying down the damn.
Now, what's Donovan Mitchell's most memorable moment in the playoffs?
Losing to Jamal Murray.
Okay, what's his second most memorable? Beating Westbrook and Paul George.
Thank you, Joe Ingles, for shutting down Paul George.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.